Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how to install the Cykelstrom app from the Google Play Store on your Android phone. So the first thing you want to do is get to the Google Play Store, and you can find that on your phone. And then you can type in the word Cykelstrom, go to the search box, type in Cykelstrom, and then just hit the search. And you'll see Cykelstrom bicycle power meter. Go ahead and tap on that. Click install. And then go ahead and select open. And congratulations, you've installed the Cykelstrom power meter app. Now the next step here is that we need to agree to the end user license agreement. So go ahead and read the EULA. After you've read the EULA, then you can go ahead and accept. And it's going to ask you if you will give permission so we can save files on your phone. So go ahead and set permission and allow. It's going to ask you for background location disclosure. Go ahead and set permission and allow. It's going to ask you if we can scan for Bluetooth devices, heart rate meter or a speed sensor or a cadence sensor. Then you want to set that permission, and then you want to agree. And the next step here is we want to go up to the upper right hand corner and select the kebab or the three dots, and then we want to set the ride parameters. Now for this demonstration, I'm going to be using an indoor trainer. So the wind direction is set to 0, the wind velocity is set to 0. The cyclist for today is me, and unfortunately I weigh 211 pounds. And the weight of the bicycle is going to be 31.4 pounds. My wheel size is 2.29 meters. All right, now one more step here. I'm going to go up to set the ride parameters. And since this is the first time that I'm setting up the phone with the Cykelstrom app, I need to place my phone on a flat level surface, which I have done. And I want to calibrate the sensors in my phone to know what flat and level is. So I press calibrate, and when the sensors are done, then you'll see that the calibrate button turns green. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to save that information. Okay. Now once we've saved that information, I want to set up what sensors I'm going to use today. So I'm going to select that I'm going to turn off the weather data. I'll go ahead and leave the lap timer running. And I'm not going to use the wind speed in knots, but I am going to use a speed sensor, and I'm going to use a cadence sensor. And for today's purposes, since my bicycle does have a power meter, I am also going to select the power meter. You can see here that the extra spreadsheet.csv file is checked, and what that does is that it will create a spreadsheet file for you when you save. So when you save your data at the end of your ride, then you have a file in which you can upload to Excel. In addition to that, when you save your data, it will also create a GPX format file which can be uploaded to Strava. So we've got that. We're going to save that. The other thing that I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set up Strava to automatically receive my data. So you go to the upper right hand corner, click on the three dots or kebab, select Strava, and I want to check mark automatically upload data to Strava. And in addition to that, I'm also going to get a pre-authorization from Strava to be able to upload the data. And so I'm going to connect with Strava. When I do that, you're going to see this window pop up, and this is created by Strava, and you need to have the Strava app installed before you can upload to Strava, and then we're going to go ahead and select authorize. Okay. Now on some phones, we need to be able to tell the app which one to open up when it returns from Strava. And you'll see open with Cykelstrom. Go ahead and select always. That may not occur on all phones. But now what we've done is we've set our phone up to be able to upload the data to Strava. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to get on the bike. And I am on a trainer. I recommend setting up your Bluetooth sensors while on a trainer and not while you're coasting around a parking lot. Any distracted riding can be hazardous to your health. So set up your sensors on an indoor trainer or do it in a safe environment. I don't recommend that you do it on the road, and I don't recommend that you do it while you're cruising around a parking lot. You never know who's in the parking lot and who's going to hit you or what you are going to hit. For example, a light post or curb or whatever. So please do this on a trainer. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to agree to ride safely. And I need to find my Bluetooth sensor. So I'll go back to the upper right hand corner and I'll find Bluetooth sensors. And then I'm going to start riding. Now, if you don't see the sensors populate, then probably what you need to do is go back and enable Bluetooth on your phone. Okay, so now my Bluetooth is enabled. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to find sensors. Right away it found my power meter. See if anybody else populates here. I found my speed sensor. And that's it. So at this point, there are more sensors that I want, so I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to back up like this, and I had forgotten to put my heart rate sensor on, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, now that I've got my heart rate sensor on, I'm going to go back to find Bluetooth sensors, go ahead and ride, found my heart rate, found a power meter, found my speed sensor. Alright, so now that I'm using a power meter in this particular application, I can get my cadence data from the power meter. So I'm going to go ahead and select the heart rate sensor, I'm going to select the speed sensor, and I'm going to select one of my power meter sensors. Go ahead and save. Okay. The final and last step is once you're on a flat and level surface, you can see that the grade here is showing 20.7%. Well, what that's really reading is the grade relative to the phone. So my phone is angled in a way that it's representing 20.6% grade. So what we need to do is we need to level that. The red dot next to the grade, if you press that, you'll see that it goes to 0. Now the bicycle, the phone is calibrated as to what's flat and level. We see that my heart rate is showing. And the next thing that we can do is start riding. Once we start riding, you'll see that the cadence populates, the speed populates, and you can see the power. So if I want to change the average that I look at for the power that's being displayed, I can press the actual window and you'll see that it changed to 5 seconds. So that's a 5-second average right now. Touch it again, now it's a 10-second average. Touch it once more, and now it's at 20 seconds. Touch it again, it goes to 1 second, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. I prefer 5 seconds, but you can cycle through those to whatever average you prefer. If I want to use the lap timer and record lap data, you'll see the elapsed time. Underneath it, you'll see the lap number that I'm on, which is lap 1, and its time. So if I've made a circuit and I want to go and increment the lap timer, all I need to do is press the lap time window. The lap increments and the lap time resets. I'll do it again. Now we're on lap 3. Once I finish my ride, I can press pause. And let's say I'm not quite finished yet and I want to keep going, or I'm done with my break. If I hit start, you'll see that the lap increments and the lap time resets. And then you can just continue riding. This time I'm really finished with my ride, so I'm going to hit pause. And then if you look at the windows, you'll see that it displays your average speed, your average power, your average cadence. Your heart rate is continuous. It tells you what your heart rate is every second. And now I'm going to save my data. So I'm going to press the blue button for save. I'm going to save the GPX file. You'll see it said that the ride was successfully uploaded to Strava. I'm going to save my spreadsheet file. And then I'm ready to go. I can start again. If I start again, everything is reset. Or if it was the end of my day, then I could have just stopped back then. All right, well, that's a brief introduction on how to use the Cykelstrom app. I appreciate any of your comments. What can we do better here? What features would you like to see added? And once again, as always, I appreciate it if you share your data with me, and we can make the Cykelstrom app community larger and more accurate than ever. So thank you very much for watching, and happy riding.